Welcome back, rankers. It's been a fun week this week. We've been ranking, we've been timing the rankings, and basically you can get a new article on your website indexed and ranked by Google within minutes. This used to take months. People have built whole applications around trying to get Google to come out and give your site some love. Well, those days are over, I'm happy to tell you. And today I'm just going to do another one for you, another post, time it for you, show you a couple of things that we've learned, and I'm going to combine it with a SEO site review that I was meant to do months ago, but I haven't. So sorry, Jody, whose site I'm finally getting to today. So what we're doing here is this is the back end of WordPress. I'm adding a new post. I'm going to call it SEO site review, and I've done the search because I want to see where it ends up in the rankings, and basically I'm competing against myself this morning, an old StuartMedia.biz post. So back to the post here. SEO site review, just remember in WordPress, the way that I've got my WordPress install set up is that whatever title I use here also becomes the URL, so jimboot.com/SEO-site-review.html. And all I'm just going to say in here is this week's vlog, I review a site for a viewer from an SEO perspective. And we'll have a look at the site now. Okay, this is Jody's site. Who's Jody? This is Jody here. I was meant to do a site, July 14th, it's only 2 weeks ago. Seems like months ago. But if we have a look at her site, a couple of things jump out immediately, Jody. Once again, the page title up here, make sure you're using a phrase up here first that is your number one phrase that you want to rank for. I don't think that's a phrase a lot of people are going to be typing in. Go and check that over at Google Insights for search. Do some checks. You might find that, I'm not sure about this Ahava brand, but look, if a lot of people are typing that in, then certainly go for it. But check it over at Google Insights for search, compare it with a couple of phrases, see what the volume's like, because I'm guessing it's not going to be that high for such a long phrase. People would tend to, if people are typing that in, of course, and you're a great match for that phrase, but it's just a question around volume. The first thing that you've got to do when you go to doing a site review is go to Google and get the Google Webmaster Tools. Get SEO for Firefox from Aaron Wall. It's a great little plugin for Firefox, obviously. And what I've done here, I've just brought up the site here in Google, and I'm just looking at the backlinks. We've got 790 backlinks. That's great. What I'm going to do now is just have a look and see how many pages are in the index. Google's telling me there's nearly 300 pages in the index. That seems a lot. When I go and have a bit of a look to see what pages they actually are, there's a lot of these images, and these are and this is the page title. Basically what that's doing to the rest of your site, it's diluting the value of the rest of the site, because you've got a lot of pages in there that simply have an image like this, and then all the text around those images is the same. You've almost got a lot of duplicate pages in there. Google doesn't know what these images are. It knows that there's a different image every time it goes to those pages, but there's not a lot of authority around those pages for the keywords because they're all so similar. So you might want to think about, I'm not sure what function these images are serving on the site, but you might want to think about blocking Google from going into those sections because there's a lot of content there that is very similar. And I know that's a really quick review, Jody, but the site looks pretty good overall from an SEO perspective. The only other thing that I would do is get some links off the front page here where you're linking your keyword to deeper into the site, so into a product page or something like that. You might even want to add to this menu down here. Whilst these menus up here are descriptive, they're not necessarily a keyword search that someone's going to type in. Treatment products, for instance, isn't something that someone's going to type in. Okay, so that's the site review. Quick, wasn't it? Sorry about that, Jody. But seriously, fix up your index and do some more keyword research over at Google Insights for Search. And I'm just going to finish this post now, and then we're going to publish. But before we do that, I'm just going to save the draft. I just want to show you the setup, why this gets ranked so quickly. Under settings in writing in a WordPress install, you have a section down here called update services. Now, that first one is the one that is standard. It's the default in WordPress. And if you just go and have a quick look at that, you will see, this is what I was talking about last week when I was talking about that WordPress goes and updates a whole lot of other search engines. And this is Ping-O-Matic. And basically what Ping-O-Matic does is it says that whenever your post updates, it then sends a message out, or a ping, or an alert, if you like, out to all these other sites. All these other sites know your site's been updated as well. Google's monitoring that, which is why it's coming out so fast to see your site. So, we're getting ready to publish this post. I've added this one here today, blogsearch.google.com.au/ping-upec2. Ping-O-Matic is kind of already doing that one, but it's only doing google.com. It's not doing google.com.au. So what I'm doing here is that I'm just jumping the gun a bit, and I'm just trying to alert google.com.au a little bit quicker than what I ordinarily would. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the post. Get our timer ready. Start. And publish. And then I'm going to go straight across to Google. And SEO site review is what we're looking to rank for. Pages from Australia. Nothing there yet. That's fine. And if we go back to view the post, make sure it's all live and hunky-dory. Yep, there it is. Nice, short, punchy post. And I'm just going to sit here and be boring, basically, and keep hitting search until the page appears. Still nothing there. And look, I have chosen a very competitive phrase because SEO is certainly a phrase that a lot of people are trying to rank for, strangely enough. Still nothing there. And we are at now 1 minute and 53, so I'm hoping to see something soon. So we go back to Chrome, see if the differences are there in Chrome at all. Nothing in Chrome. And nothing in Firefox. And that's where I tend to get nervous, because this is the point where I go, have I just wasted the last 7 minutes recording this show only to not rank for this particular phrase? Have I chosen a phrase that's too hard? Quite possibly. So, what have I done differently today? Now remember, this isn't a failure, it's just data. The only thing I've done differently today is that I have added blogsearch.google.com.au. Has that hurt me? I hope not. But certainly this phrase isn't ranking at all. And we're over 2 minutes now. This is ridiculous. Come on, Google, get out and index my site. 4 minutes? You've got to be kidding me. I might have to do the show again. One of the tests I am going to do now is just add the word gym. The reason I've done that is, and you can see there's it's already been indexed and there it is. The reason I added gym in that instance was because SEO site review is an incredibly competitive phrase. By adding gym, it's not a competitive phrase, and I can pretty safely assure myself that this post is going to turn up, and it did. So it got indexed, but it didn't get ranked really high. So if I take SEO and just go back to SEO site review, so what does that mean? Oh, there we are down here. We're number 8. I just wasn't looking. What that basically means is, and it took over 4 minutes. That tells me that really, really competitive phrases are not going to go straight to the top. It's only non-competitive phrases that will go straight to the top. And that's a good thing, in my opinion, because as I said last week, there's a lot of content out there that Google just hasn't been getting to, and you've had to discover it through Twitter or Facebook or other things. And if Google's not indexing in real time, then you're missing out on a lot of content. So just remember that if you are going to do a post on WordPress, post an article, have a really good think about the title, what the title should be. Make sure your keywords are in it. And go for a longer tail phrase, so that don't use this technique to try to go to number one for a really competitive phrase. That's not what this is about. This is about getting your content out to the masses quickly and making sure you're tackling phrases that people are typing in, but just maybe not hordes of people are typing in. If you do that, you're going to get a higher converting phrase, and you're going to get a lot of business out of it. I love Google Caffeine, and I'd love to hear what's happening on your sites. I've already heard from a few people who have said they're already seeing this as well. So it's nothing to do with my site or the way that I'm publishing articles or anything like that. It's purely Google Caffeine and how fast Google Caffeine's indexing the web. And that's it for today's show. See you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.